What's up, everybody? Well, I wanted to do this video about trust and about honesty, fairness, something I've done a few times in the past, but today I figured I had a perfect opportunity to tackle a certain issue, or use a particular example, rather. For those who watched my videos this morning, I made a video with this camera right here that I just picked up, and it's a Panasonic Lumix G3. It is just sweet. I mean, it's got a huge display on it. It's a really nice unit. Hey, look, it's me through me. And I looked. So here's what happened, and this is why I'm making a video about honesty and fairness and integrity. I have a Craigslist ad for barter. Got some extra of my medicine, and so I'll barter some of my buds. And it's all, I'm not the kind of person who likes to really, take advantage of people. So I'm always trying to give the other person a fair deal. So anyway, I had the ad up, and this guy sends me an email, and he says, I saw your ad for barter. He said, I have a Panasonic Lumix G3 camera. It has the standard lens, one extra battery, and charger and yada. So he said, what would you be willing to trade for it? I paid $700 for it a few weeks ago. So I did my research right away. I found out that, yes, the new camera cost $700 a few years back in 2011. But you could find it now, just the body only, for like $250. And the body and the lens for like $500. So here's a guy telling me that he paid $700 for it 3 weeks ago, and I know he wasn't telling the truth. But I still want to be fair with the guy, because the camera is the camera. It shouldn't matter what he paid for it. It should matter what it's worth. Anyway, I told him I'd give him 2 ounces for it, which is a pretty significant amount of cannabis. That's a pretty hefty chunk of change to part with for a camera that I don't even know if it has a warranty, if it's legitimate or whatnot. Anyway, I went to his house last night and met him. And it's funny because he gave me the box and everything, right, with it in there. And I didn't notice until later. I looked and it says used. So right there, I know the guy was bullshitting me. There's no way you would pay $700 full price for an old used camera. It didn't really matter. I think what it came down to is, when I went to the guy's house, he's there with his wife and their kid. They have a baby. They live in a shitty apartment. It's totally trashed, and but they're not tweakers or anything. The guy works. He's a hard worker. He works for another grower right now, doing helping him with his garden and stuff. But a few weeks back, he got fired from his job because he took some time off for some back pain or something, and they fired him. So instantly, I realized the guy's got bills to pay. He's got this camera that he bought when he had money, but now he wants to trade it for bud, something he needs. Stoners want their weed, especially when you're stressed out or not having your life's already having problems, whatever. Anyway, I gave the guy a couple ounces of my finest herb. I could have easily used some of my second grade herb or even offered him 1 ounce, but I wouldn't have felt right about that. And so I started thinking, this is honesty in a situation where it's not even necessary. In fact, I could have just gone, met the guy, gave him 1 ounce of crap and taken the thing, and be like, thanks, man. And he probably would have taken it too. I think he was shocked when I offered him 2 ounces. But in my heart, that's what it was worth, and I had to be honest. And this issue has come up again and again in my dealings. Being overly honest in your dealings, you end up losing what you might call profit. But I'm not a profit-driven person. So sometimes I wonder, what is it about us that creates guilt, intuition, or the feeling of regret, or not feeling like you did the right thing. Guilt, I guess. And for me, I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy with the camera I got, regardless of what he paid for it. The value of it is still there, and I'm giving him what it's worth. So that's just one example, I guess. Just how I I don't know how you react to different situations. I know plenty of people who try to pull one over on people all the time. They're always trying to get the best deal. They're always trying to overcharge for their services or underpay people who are helping them, that kind of thing. And I just think it's not in human nature to do that without feeling some sort of guilt. But if we don't feel guilt because of that, then it means that we're training ourselves to be dishonest. So I guess what I'm saying is, even in a situation where you can pull one out, pull one over, get a better deal, it's always best to keep it fair. I think that that's what life's all about. If you keep taking more than your share, or if both people don't walk away feeling like they got a fair deal, then it's not a fair trade. It's that simple. And when you're trading paper money for labor, it's the same exact thing. If people don't get enough paper money for your work, and it's not like people are out there wanting, $100 an hour to do the work, but $9 an hour ain't enough. Usually you pay people, say, if you were to give them $5 more an hour, they're happy with that, because they're not trying to just keep getting more and more. People aren't always just trying to abuse the system. People just want fairness, equality. It's such a simple thing. People want to be treated like they treat others, and if others treat people incorrectly, then they're going to treat others incorrectly. So this is my whole point, is that if you expect people in your environment to be honest, you have to be honest first and foremost, with yourself and with your environment. And not just with people, but be honest with yourself and your feelings. If you start to feel guilt, don't try to hide it under, this and that. We make up justifications for everything. It's human nature to create a justification for every lie. In fact, they've found that the brain is programmed from a kid to find a way out of every situation. It's just in our genes. It's something we do. If somebody says, why do you like this more than this? We'll go on and look at a picture and explain. For example, they showed two faces of a lady, and they said, which one's prettier? And they'd say the first or the second. And then they'd show these people a picture of the one they picked, but really it wasn't her. And they would say, why did you pick her instead of the other one? And they'd look at the picture and point out all the reasons why they chose that picture, but it wasn't even the picture of the person they chose. It's because the mind really can fool us into thinking that we're making the right decision or doing things for a reason when we're often not. So that's what I got for today. Honesty, integrity, and all that stuff. So, peace out.